All right, TJF Fridays. TJF viewers. Hey, welcome back to It's 420 Somewhere. It's Friday, and we have a couple stories today all about kind of the ripple effects of what happens when you change a law that has been in place for decades. I think a lot of people tend to see these ripple effects as being a reason not to change a law, and I find that to be a problem because there's going to be a ripple effect no matter what with anything. There's just no getting beyond it. There's no going around ripples. They're going to happen, especially when change needs to happen. One of the examples that we have are in New York. They're having trouble now with all of these canines who have been trained to smell marijuana, and some, that's all they've been trained to smell, just marijuana. So they literally just have to be retired and are no longer canines. And that apparently costs these police departments a whole lot of money. It's about $9,000 for one untrained dog, and then it's 12 weeks of training for that dog and for a trainer. There are other police departments who have been phasing out smelling marijuana, so like even in the past 6 months or so, they've stopped even training their new dogs to smell marijuana, and that seems to be a better, softer transition away from it. There's a lot of complaints that they now no longer can use these dogs. And the first thing that came to my mind, and probably would come to yours, is who cares? The police department, they can afford that. They should do less crackdowns in the first place. And I agree. However, there are ripple effects from the ripple effects. So this is happening, meaning that probably something else will happen because of this happening. Like if they're losing the $9,000 here, they're going to cut back on things where they may actually need the money to go to, but they're over budget, so they now have to lose something else that might be integral to keeping society running or anything. But that's just one example. The other example comes out of Mexico, which has yet to legalize marijuana, but is clearly on the path, and we don't know quite when. However, I just saw something recently that said they probably won't be doing it before September of this year, so it's going to be a bit. But because of just the knowledge that it's going to be happening, there are farmers who have been working in marijuana farms in Mexico who aren't able to sell half of their crops because there's less demand for an illegal black market channel. And you see in some, like New York, you see in some bills that they are putting into the bill some of the revenue going back to the communities most harmed by the war on drugs. But it's a little trickier for illegal streams in Mexico. It's a little harder to get money there. These people are just seeing their careers, their entire livelihoods just kind of stripped away from them. And they're trying different things. They're trying to adapt in ways by creating higher quality opiates and things like that just to kind of substitute. But they've yet to find anything that really has kind of fit that bill. So people, when Mexico becomes legal, people will be losing their livelihoods and will have to find other ways to make money. That's one pretty major ripple, just because they hadn't done anything necessarily wrong besides breaking the law. But it's a law that shouldn't have to be broken in the first place. So it's something to think about, especially when it comes to large change, an acceptance of ripple effects and an understanding of how they work and how to kind of ease that pain. These are two examples, and there must be just thousands more.
Look at this video.
I already seen it.
Oh, another small kind of news, I just saw that California, a bill to decriminalize some psychedelics has passed the second committee, so that is just well on the path to probably becoming legal, and in 2022, it will probably be on the ballot for California to decriminalize psilocybin and other psychedelics. All right, so that's kind of it for this week. We'll end it with a little thing that Cory Booker said about Biden, and there's kind of a confusion with decriminalization and legalization and what they really mean on the federal level. I'm confused myself. Hopefully you are too, because if not, then whatever. But Cory Booker kind of explains it a little bit in a video, and he's basically saying that Biden is using different terminology for the same thing that he wants, which is marijuana to no longer be an illegal offense. So check this out.
He believes in decriminalization. And as I said to him the first time we talked about it was, well, my bill is no different. I think states should be allowed to do what they want. I think it should be legalized, but what we need to do at the federal level is delist marijuana. And as soon as you decriminalize marijuana, you open up states that right now are not able to do a lot of things to give way for what I want to achieve. So his policy position on marijuana, he may say, I'm not for legalization, I'm for decriminalization. As a federal official, that's where I'm trying to get.
All right, then we'll see you next week, next Monday. Oh my God, it's 420 next week. I guess we should do something for that.